Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here. And I have the task as last presenter to ask you this crucial question. Why a design policy? Why a design action plan, as we heard, or perhaps why a design strategy for policy? Design Austria is a private organization in the center of Europe, in Austria, a very small country, 9 million people in relation to yesterday's presentation of the Philippines with 111, it's about 8%. There's one big city, which is Vienna, with 2 million people. So perhaps there's a quite different relation, and we orientate ourselves very much on the European side. And it was only about, let me just recap this, it was only about 15 years ago when BEDA's, the Bureau of European Design Associations, success story started. And I'm very happy to see most of the people involved, Isabel, Michael is here as well, Anna here on this conference. It's about 15 years ago, in 2007, that we met Barroso. And shortly after that, already in 2009, the Commission, for the first time ever, recognized design as a driver of user-centered innovation. This was published in the so-called staff working document. What did we want to achieve? A bunch of people engaged in the design field, designers, companies who believed in design. We wanted to raise the awareness. We wanted to show the additional value of design, to see design as investment and not as a cost. And if we look 2011, which is a little bit more than a decade ago, this kind of policy vision we had for design in Europe was only about 11 countries which had this vision. The first one, by the way, was Denmark, who implemented a policy already in 1997. The next step, also the authors of this report are here with us today, of the European Design Leadership Board, published in 2012. The report is called Design for Growth and Prosperity. And it ended with 21 recommendations for design in 3 fields: in society, in economy, and in policy. And we started another initiative. 2 publications with the support of BEDA came out in Europe, trying to measure the impact of the design industry. We didn't know how many designers are here around. We didn't know how much they earn. We didn't know the impact on our economies. In the last report, which was published in 2018, 11 countries stated a national design policy, and another 3 had a national and a regional policy. So again, we all know, we sitting here in this conference, or the designers themselves, we all know about this design's unique delivery. We know that design makes the difference. There is this visionary view, this human-centered approach, this iterative problem solving, which design can deliver, and of course, the ability to and of co-creation. So actually, our aim at that time was to start with the top level, with the prime ministers, the commissioners, the managing directors of companies. But nowadays, and we heard it already, was this approach right? Are the decisions really made on this level? What happened in the couple of last years? Lots of changes. And I avoid terminology of crisis. We moved from competition to collaboration, from employment to engagement. There are these new ways of working. We all had to experience the COVID home office, new ways of thinking. What happened on the Commission side? The European Commission moved away from design. They became broader. They moved towards the cultural creative industries. Design as a part within these status on the European level, we only have fragmented landscapes, many initiatives, many programs of designer support. Not even half of our countries have a national design policy. Again, 2019, and Anna was the author of this publication as well, Peter published a report, a follow-up report, towards a next generation design policy for Europe. It stated the 4 priorities at that time of the Commission, and we also had, of course, a new Commission president. Ursula von der Leyen took over office, and she came up with her aims and 6 priorities. We all know about them. The European Green Deal, a Europe fit for the digital age, an economy that works for people, and so on and so forth. The Commission President, Ursula von der Leyen, came up with the European Green Deal and the new European Bauhaus initiative, which was mentioned today here as well. It's a creative and interdisciplinary initiative that connects the European Green Deal to our living spaces and experiences. The wordings like beautiful, sustainable, and together were mentioned many times. So again, let's ask ourselves the question, design policy, design strategy, do we need a policy? Do we really reach our heads of state, of CEOs? Or should we change our approach from top down to bottom up? We just heard from the Isabel presentation and the Barcelona presentation, the bottom-up approach. And the same was done in Austria. What we did, we wrote a strategy with the 4 priorities which were mentioned by Ursula von der Leyen and her 6 aims, and we sent it to more than 2,000 Austrian mayors. So we started with the smallest unit, small villages, 200 people living in a unit. And we gave them help and support, saying what to do to implement design. It looks like that. You have the 4 aims and priorities. And what we did is, in a personal letter, it's not on the website, it's a written letter, we wrote to the mayors themselves and offered them our support. This spotted responsibilities, because the mayor asked his people living in this village, saying, what can we do to raise our economy, to have a better signage system or whatever? So in policy, we moved down to the people in small units, which is a bottom-up approach, and in the economy, we stayed at the top with the companies, directors, CEOs, from the top-down approach. So we divided our approach in these 2 fields. It looks like this. I have it with you, with me. It helped many, many designers because we experienced in the COVID period a plus of 3 to 4% of turnover in the design field, which was done a couple of months ago. So an additional benefit for design scene. So let's spot these responsibilities. We involved regional partners, and we still believe, as an association, which Design Austria is, a private one, as driver for social innovation, that design improves the quality of the people's life. Thank you very much.